To Gabalot Live. Hi, it's Kim Walker, and today we're going to have more money mindset conversations. And today is November 8th, and November 8th is Talk Money Day as part of Talk Money Week, which is November 6th through the 10th. And so, what a perfect day to talk about money and having my money mindset conversation. So, I want to kind of approach this conversation from the vantage point number one. We're in the middle of the most active retail quarter and money making quarter of the year, the holiday season. It's amazing how, as soon as October 31st ends, which is Halloween, and November 1st hits, I mean, in fact, I don't know about you, but I saw Christmas decorations already up well before even Halloween. And so it's interesting to me. And I want to kind of approach this conversation from the vantage points of my own experience with money. But at the same time, to have sort of honest conversations, I want to make sure that in having these conversations with you all, that they are helpful, that they help you navigate the space and the position you may be in, particularly as a business owner or even a nonprofit leader. I want to make sure that we kind of remove the discomfort around talking about money, because there's such discomfort around talking about money. One of the, marriages fail because of finances. Churches fight because of money situations. Organizations fight because they're not meeting the bottom line. People get laid off because companies are not sustainable and they don't meet their revenue goals. And so we're always having these really, really difficult conversations about money, but we're not having, to me, what I think, enough positive conversations about money. We also have hey, these manipulative conversations about money. Hey, bless me with $10 and so I can make you, a millionaire tomorrow. We have those conversations, but let's talk about what I've always said when I've come to you to talk about these things. Money is simply a tool. Money is a tool. I also recognize that I live in an American society. I live in the West that is predicated where money is very much a part of the very ethos of how we live, how we breathe, how we move. I also understand that, there are people who may have some philosophical differences about capitalism and, meaning that it's a very hierarchical system. There are people who are at the very top. There are people who are at the very bottom. There is the notion of the have and have nots, and how that systemic difference is in many ways very, very unfair and oppressive. Got all of that. Understand that. That's not what this talk is about. This talk is about me having an honest conversation with myself. I've been having these conversations with myself for a very long time, but I will go back a little bit, probably some decades, in terms of how I feel about the Christmas season, in terms of the consumerism that is involved in the Christmas season. But I want to just talk about, hey, I was, looking at everything that I'm affiliated with, looking at everything that I'm attached to. When I go to church, people ask me for money. When I go to the store, in order for me to buy whatever it is that I want to buy, whether food, clothing, whatever, I have to pay money. When I go to any organizations I'm a part of, they want to ask me for my money to support their cause and their mission. When I look around, somebody's trying to sell me Girl Scout cookies and sell me popcorn and trying to sell me. We're constantly being bombarded with messages. I log on, I'm advertised to. I turn on the television, there are advertisements and trying to entice me to buy things. And so with the system set up to entice you to buy, then why aren't we having more honest money conversations and understanding how money works, what money can be used for, again, my premise is money is a tool. Money is a tool, but people are always asking me for my money, and so in my mindset is to I need to resolve the money conversation and the money issue when there is a lack of it. So that has been my primary reason for the shift in my business, in terms of focusing on, for nonprofit fundraising strategy for businesses, how businesses need to be profitable, how they need to understand how they're pricing things, because many of us are pricing ourselves literally out of business. So there's been some mindset shifts and mindset work that I've had to do to kind of figure out address this money question. But here are the three things that people who are uncomfortable with money, these are the three primary reasons. These are the three main reasons why people are uncomfortable about money. The first one being not having enough of it or not having any of it at all. People who don't want to talk about money typically don't have it, typically don't have enough of it to participate in the conversation. Magic Johnson said, which is interesting to me, for someone who has been very entrepreneurial for a very long time, just got on the Forbes list as a billionaire, just made it. And which is interesting because he's always been this kind of, since he's left the sport of basketball, he's been this very entrepreneurial person. But he's reached it because of his business interests, but he's just now getting on there where, you have LeBron James, who's already there, who you have Michael Jordan, who's already there, and Magic Johnson, who's kind of been in this entrepreneurial space for some period of time, is just now getting there. Having said that, he said, just I think a couple of weeks ago, that one of the things he said, we, as African descended people, we win at a lot of different things. We play basketball well, we play sports well, where we're great entertainers. He said where he thinks he would like to see some improvement is in the economic space. We're kind of late to these economic conversations. Now, there was some criticism about it because it's like, okay, you're a billionaire, so you can talk about this kind of stuff. But I think people are missing the point of what he was trying to say. I'm looking at it from a vantage point of him walking into spaces where there's probably the only person who looks like him in the spaces that he walks in the boardrooms where he's meeting. And of course, yes, are there systemic reasons for why we're late to these conversations? Absolutely. There are systemic, political, and those things continue to exist. And of course, we need to fight against those things that keep people out of pursuing, quote unquote, the American dream, which I think is really an American myth. But at the same time, we have people who have education, who have tools, who have resources, who have ascended in their careers to a place where they can advocate for money and often do not. I remember when I was having this very honest conversation with a former boss of mine about, because I was constantly tired of being told, well, we don't have the budget for this and we don't have the budget for that. Hey, here's my record. Here's what I've done. Here's how much money I have brought into the organization as a direct result of my work, because I was always a person who tracked that. My thing is, if I'm helping to make an organization make millions of dollars, then, I need to be compensated for that. You need to compensate me for the supposed value that I bring to an organization. When I would have these conversations at evaluation time, and I would be honest about it, hey, my leads resulted in this amount of money. The retort I would always get, oftentimes, was, well, we don't have the budget to pay you. We're having budget cuts this year. There's not enough money. Meanwhile, I'm looking around because I'm a very observant person. I'm looking around and people are being hired and people are coming into the organization that I'm helping to make money, and they're getting paid more without the benefit of my experience and my skill set. But I'm being told at evaluation time, I don't have we're the budgets are low and we don't have enough money. Now, I'm to be honest with you, I got tired of that because I realized I was, at some point I was being lied to. This is not true because if you don't have any money, then you don't have any money to buy new equipment. You don't have new money to buy new, to hire new people. If there are budget cuts, then it should be budget cuts across the board. But what I realized is that there was only going to be a certain set of people who were going to get and benefit from the money. So I was like, okay, fine. That's when you have to make decisions about whether or not that particular career or job is of benefit to you. So do you go somewhere else? Do you go to another department? And you have to make those decisions as best you can for yourself and your family and your situation. But again, my premise of who doesn't like to have these conversations. First, people who don't have money or don't have access to it. Getting back to the Magic Johnson conversation, I think that he was saying that it's important that once you have access, and again, I know realizing not everybody has access, but once you have access, we have to be persons who are going to educate ourselves in order to advance the particular agendas that we want to advance. We have to do the work. We've got to do the legwork. We've got to put ourselves in rooms. And when we get in those rooms, we've got to be bold enough to advocate for the people as well as the causes and missions that we say that we want to advocate for. Number two is that there's people who are very uncomfortable talking about money don't know how to manage it. They consume a lot. They have a high debt load. They max out credit cards. And it's, and a lot of it is feeding into this consumerism and the materialism within American society. And I get that, and not to say that I wasn't a shopper. At one time I was. At one time I really, I did like everybody else did. I went shopping. But I'm going to be honest with you, and I need somebody who is listening to this broadcast at this moment, and I need you to tell me or help me to understand what actual joy do you get out of shopping? Because I'm one of those persons. I can't stand it. I don't even like grocery shopping. I don't like going to the mall. And I know that's one of the things that people want to do on vacation. And when you get with a group of people, let's go to the mall. Let's go shopping. I'm not that chick. So don't call me. Don't call me and say, hey, let's go to the mall. I don't get it. You walk around. And I'm not saying I don't like nice things. That's not what I'm saying. But the act of shopping, all I'm thinking in my entire time while I'm there is how much money I'm going to spend. That's all I'm thinking about. Now, so I don't know how anybody can have fun with that, trying on clothes, all of that, trying on shoes. Don't get me wrong. I get it. But I'm just trying to find out what joy do people get out of it. Because what has happened over time is that you buy all of this stuff and then you have to figure out how do I house it? Where do I put it? What kind of place do I have to build for it? It's part of what I call, there's a parable called, I call it the bigger barns. You accumulate more things and you have to build bigger barns to store all of this stuff. And that's pretty much where we are in our society right now. We're right in the middle of the beginning of the Christmas season. People are telling you to buy. But I'll be honest with you, most of the stuff that people buy, people don't need it. They just want the immediate gratification or the thrill of buying, or maybe perhaps, someone is going to see them in that particular item, or someone is going to say, hey, you look good, you look sharp, or whatever. But I have long distanced myself from that kind of mentality. Because people, one of the common questions that people ask you around this time, hey, have you done all your Christmas shopping? No, because I haven't done it. Because I don't do Christmas shopping. I don't get any joy out of it. So why am I spending November and December? And again, I'm not against those wif get joy out of it. If that's what makes you happy, great. Go with God. But what I'm saying is that it didn't make sense to me to spend all of my available income for November, December to buy gifts that I barely use throughout the year, only to turn around and have regret in January. What we call, shopping regret in January. It didn't make sense to me. So I have long distanced myself from it. But that's not even the crust of what I want to put forth today. That's just my personal feeling about it. The other reason is that people don't understand how money works. And so that's where I decided to leverage my angst about shopping and that kind of thing. Well, how does money work? How is it that some people have it and some people don't? Why is it that because I'm always in these conversations, I'm always in the money room where people are having these conversations and there's these contentious arguments about it. But I want to get to, again, problem solving. How do we solve problems around money? Okay, so again, the three reasons why people are uncomfortable with money is they don't have it, they don't know how to manage it, and they don't know how money works. So I have decided within the context of my own particular business that I was going to show people how to get beyond these three things. Number one, how to get beyond not having enough money. So how do you get your organization to be profitable or sustainable? Number two, how do you manage the money that you have coming in? How do you manage it? Do you take that money and direct it towards marketing? Do you direct it towards building better systems? Do you direct that money towards having personnel that's going to help you in your business? Hiring people. How do you manage the funds that the income and the revenue that's coming in? And then the third piece is understanding how money works within your particular organization. Because what happens is, and this is let's just talk about this from a business standpoint as well as a nonprofit standpoint. What happens is on the nonprofit side of things, we're very good at telling people what our programs are. We're very good in crafting stories around, this is my cause, this is my mission, this is all the great work that we're doing. But you tell very few stories and put very little effort and copy and advertising and marketing into how do you pull people with resources and money into your organization to support the great work that you're doing. We don't do a good job of that. And I'm talking about from the smallest nonprofit to the largest corporate nonprofits. That is always a struggle. The money question is always a struggle. And then from a business standpoint, most businesses that I've come across, and this is true, is that and especially with solopreneurs and sole proprietors, you're making if you're making any money at all, and that's a big if, and you're big if people, come holler at me. If you're making any money at all, it's barely enough to get by to continue to call yourself a business. Most people are pricing themselves right on out of business. And what happens, especially at this point in the year, is that, for those that can run discounts, you need to take a lesson from how retail does it. Retail people are marking up. They paid, pennies on the dollar for this stuff, but they mark it up for the most part during the year, and then they cut it back again, still above what they paid for it, so that they built into that system the profit that they want to make. So you're still, even on sale, overpaying what the item actually costs. Most business owners don't factor in their pricing that way. Most business owners think that, well, I'm not reaching my customer, I'm not attracting anybody, I'm not selling anything, so let me cut my prices to the point where I'm just practically giving it away. Meanwhile, you may make a few sales from that approach. For the most part, that's not a sustainable model. You may make a couple of sales where you cut, discount to the point where you're practically giving it away. But then at the end of the day, you look at and you have also seller's regret. Just like I told you earlier, shopper's regret, you're going to have seller's regret because you're not going to have enough money to continue, number one, to pay yourself or to pay the people that work with you. You're not going to have enough money to stay in business because you're literally pricing yourself out of business. So how do we fix these things? How do we fix, number one, not having enough money? How do we fix that? How do we fix not being able to manage money? And then how do we help us to understand how our money works within our context? So the piece I want you to understand is that I started talking about Black Friday probably June, July. Nobody was listening to me because they was busy having hot girl summer. They on the beach, they drinking margaritas. Nobody was listening to me when I was talking about Black Friday. Well, now Black Friday is here. And now people who are trying to start businesses or thinking about starting businesses or, looking at or comparing themselves to people who say that they're going to make all of this money in Q4 and they're looking around, they're not making any money. They haven't really prepared for the holiday season. They may not have the inventory that they need necessary to cover, even if people are coming to them. They don't have the systems in place. And so they spend all their time trying to scramble in this season to take advantage of, yes, people are ready to buy. People have disposable income. People are trying to get Christmas gifts and holiday gifts and whatever in this season. But most business owners are not ready for the influx. They haven't set up the systems. They haven't set up the processes. So problem solving is my thing. So what I've done, I've taught this for the last couple of years. It's a program called Black Friday in the Black. And basically to be in the black means that you're profitable, means that you have exceeded the money coming in to the point where you have a little bit of a cushion, what we call a cushion, or a little bit of a kitty. You have enough left over at the end of your selling process. And so to be in the black means that you're profitable. To be in the red means that you have a deficit, that you're operating at a deficit, and that you are expending more than you're getting in. So the point of this whole program is to make sure that people and your businesses and the way you have set them up is to make sure that they are profitable and to make sure that you can accommodate for how people come into your business. So if you don't have a process for Black Friday, because we have several holidays coming up, we have Black Friday coming up on the day after Thanksgiving, then we have Small Business Saturday, then we have Cyber Monday, and then we also have Giving Tuesday. Those holidays sort of happen right in rapid succession where people are looking to, as in the case of Giving Tuesday, give to a particular organization. And sometimes there is, depending on where they work, may even match the gift that they're giving. So that's a big day for organizations that take advantage of a Giving Tuesday. But then you also have people, again, who are ready to support small businesses on Small Business Saturday, who are ready to shop your Black Friday sales or your Black Friday offers, who Cyber Monday, if you have an online offer, that's going to be a strong. Cyber Monday has in many instances has exceeded Black Friday offers because people are ready to buy online, and the convenience of buying online is very, very, very important. But what happens is that people who miss out on this very unique space that we're in at the end of the year, they miss out because of basically three things: not having systems, not having sales appropriately, and also not willing to market their offers enough or to promote themselves. I know it seems like we're being sold to a lot, and we are, but those who are able to take advantage of having a selling system, having a marketing system, and as well as having automations and or systems that help their processes and their businesses to run more efficiently, those are the persons who are able to leverage this holiday season for maximum profitability and sustainability. When you're not prepared and you haven't planned, then you're just sort of flying at the seat of your pants. So if you are interested in turning that around, and again, we still have a few days and we still have, several weeks within the holiday season to turn it around. Again, even if you're not fully prepared for Black Friday necessarily, you still got all of December, all the way up to Christmas, to take advantage of this disposable income of all these folks who are going to shop, who, unlike me, I'm not shopping, but we have millions and millions of people who really are and who are willing to buy whatever it is that you're selling. So contact me, please. I've been asking people to contact me, but if you click on you can comment. If you comment to this broadcast Black Friday, comment Black Friday, and then we can start the conversation of how we can help your business become profitable in this holiday season, how we can get you set up, how we can get you, if you want to improve your content, your marketing, your selling processes. Please contact me because I'm able to help you with that and get you going forward and to provide you the necessary support that you need in order to help you be both profitable as well as sustainable. So again, if you're interested in this, comment Black Friday. We can begin the conversation and then go from there to help make sure that you can talk about money without discomfort, that you can talk about money not only on Talk Money Day, but you can talk Money Week. You can talk about money anytime because you don't feel any shame or guilt for having lack of it. I'm also going to be running a contest. I'm going to give a scholarship to 2 persons. What I'm asking you to do is that wherever you hear this broadcast, you comment Black Friday, but I'm going to ask some specific things that if you're willing to enter the contest for the scholarship, then this is what I need for you to do. I need for you to go wherever you hear this broadcast. I need you to like either my Instagram page or my Facebook page and message me the word scholarship. I will send you a coupon for you to enter into this giveaway, but you have to go through the process of messaging me, and so that I can get you on the wait list for my products and services. Please do so because I really want to give away. There's going to be 2 persons that I want to be able to give my services away to that could benefit this, because my goal here is to make sure that you have a return on your investment. And that, again, I've said this repeatedly, that I believe that entrepreneurship, for those who feel an affinity and a calling to it, can be the turnaround that some people need in order to uplift themselves out of a dire economic situation. So if you're interested in that, again, go to my Facebook page. At Gabalot Group is where I am, Facebook or Instagram. Direct message me the word scholarship so I can put you on the waiting list and send you a coupon. And I'm going to have, for those that do so, I'm going to have a little bit of a giveaway to give you an opportunity to take advantage of my services at this time. But again, if you're interested in how we can best set up your business and leverage this holiday season so that Q4 is not too late. I know some people think it's too late. It's never too late. And then for those persons who are also out there thinking about, well, I'm going to wait to January. Why are you waiting to January? Because guess what? You're not going to, whatever you want to do, you could do it now. You don't have to wait to January to figure out to do it, and or wait till you get past the holidays, because guess what? January is going to still be cold. January is still going to be what it's going to be. People are in this malaise after the holidays. And so if waiting to the beginning of the year is sort of helpful to you, then fine. But really and truly, if you're trying to make sure that you have a great start to 2024, you really need to start today. Okay. Well, that is all I have. Again, comment Black Friday if you're interested in helping to get your business set up so that you can take advantage of the holiday season to make sure that you are profitable in this holiday season. Comment Black Friday. Those who are interested in a scholarship, send me a message on my Instagram, Facebook page, and comment scholarship. All right. Well, that is all the money conversations I have for today. I hope this has been helpful. Please, if you're interested in any of my business services, my website is gabalot.net. This has been Kim Walker with Gabalot Consulting. That's gabalot.net. Have a wonderful week, a wonderful day, and shout out to our veterans out there who are servicing our country, and our prayers and our thoughts are with you as well. Take care. Bye-bye. Have a great day.